False alarm while units report back to the station.
Oh. Welcome back to the LEGO Club Show. There isn't anything that New York artist Nathan Sawaya can't build out of Lego bricks. His wild sculptures are so famous that they're touring museums all over the US. Well, we had a chance to meet up with Nathan and his new exhibit, The Art of the Brick, at the Demore Museum of Fine Arts in Springfield, Massachusetts, to find out more about these creations that you have to see to believe. Well, Nathan, what are your top 5 tips as a Lego builder for the other builders?
Oh, so the other budding artists, tips for Lego building, I would say, sort your bricks. First and foremost, sort them by color, sort them by size.
You say you like to organize everything, you like to keep things straight. What is your studio like?
My studio is a little bit crazy. It's got 1.5 million bricks in it at any given time. So I can just pull from the inventory as I'm building. And then of course I'm ordering bricks all the time as well.
So you've got like 1.5 million bricks in the studio, right?
Right.
What if you took all of those bricks and built one huge model? What would you build?
My passion really lies with building human forms. That's where I really think it's kind of fun. It's trying to express different emotions through these human forms using the rectangular brick. So I'd probably just do a large human.
So when you're building, what inspires you? Do you listen to a certain kind of music to get into your zone?
Inspiration comes from all sorts of places. It could be people I meet, places I go. I'm always traveling. So, you know, I keep a sketchbook with me. And as I get ideas, be it on the plane or in a museum, I can sketch down ideas. Once you have that inspiration, it all starts with an idea, and then you kind of go from there.
Imagination is then the key, you know, and you're using
Absolutely.
the brick as the way to get what's in your head out into the physical form.
Right. What I've tried to do is take the Lego brick and turn it into an art medium.
Right.
You know, it's beyond a toy these days. It's an art medium. And use it to express my emotions, what I'm feeling, maybe something whimsical like a skateboard. Just something fun, but try and take it in a whole new direction. People have really related to that because, of course, everyone has a connection to the brick. Everyone can relate to it. So when they see artwork created out of the brick, it takes it to a whole new level. People go home from seeing this exhibition and they write me and they say, we started building as a family that night when we got home.
That's awesome.
And that's kind of cool.
It's nice too because you use the traditional Lego brick. To see what you're able to do with it and create these wonderful sculptures is like so inspiring. And you've got a lot of your models that are all just single color rather than like multiple colors. Like, why do you do just one color?
I like my sculptures to be monochromatic because I really want folks to kind of place themselves into the sculpture, you know, try and feel the emotion that's going on there. And so if I was to make it look like a specific person, some people might not feel that they can, you know, connect with that sculpture. But by doing it monochromatic, the viewer can look at it and kind of come up with their own interpretation, really give the audience their own role.
If there's one thing that you could say to any of the kids or the families that would come and see your stuff, to inspire them, to get them to go out and build, what would it be?
Well, I just say go for it, you know. I don't put any limits on what you can do. And follow your dreams. That is the key thing. You know, I used to be a lawyer full-time, and I wanted to play with bricks. That was my passion, but it took me a while to get there. So you really have to follow your dreams. So when you go and say, I want to be a Lego artist when I grow up, you can do it. You just got to do it. So that's my advice.
We're here in the heart of Manhattan, Rockefeller Center, and we are celebrating the grand opening of our very first Lego store in New York City by building a giant Big Apple out of Lego. We've got 4 Lego master builders here who have been working for 3 days to engage thousands of people here in Manhattan in building little individual Lego bricks, and then they get added onto a big sculpture until it's up to about 16 feet tall.
This is a 3-day event to build a giant Big Apple. This is over the top. So the Big Apple in New York City is now going to be made out of Lego. We're celebrating the opening of the new store, our first store right here at Rockefeller Center. The kids have been coming every day to build the huge bricks that look just like this that we're using to make the Big Apple. how it works. So we've got two sections on either side of where the ice skating rink normally goes. There are channels that are just full of tables. On top of the tables, they're just full of Lego. Lego everywhere. And then all around those tables are just kids from all over the world that are here to build. They build a brick, check over the quality. It has to be absolute top quality for these. They bring them up to us. We high five. Oh yeah, give me a high five, sweet. And I take those and then we use the big pieces to make the big apple that you can see right behind me here.
At LEGO events, we like to give a free building opportunity and people can really exercise their creativity and their imagination. So here in the Channel Gardens of Rockefeller Center, they've cleared out all the real planting and we've got people actually building LEGO plants that they're putting right alongside the fountains here in the garden.
So who wouldn't want to come to the big city, the Big Apple, to celebrate the opening of the LEGO store and to build the world's largest Lego apple? I think it's at the top of my hit parade right now.
When we put the final touch on that apple after 3 days of being here and having so many people helping us out, it's the most exciting, adrenaline-filled moment, not only for our team, but for everybody who's been here helping us, and it really will be a moment that everybody celebrates.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah! Woo! Thank you, everybody! Now get me down!
Welcome back to the LEGO Club Show. Here at the LEGO store in Minneapolis's Mall of America, when they think LEGO building, they think big. Really big. The theme of this amazing display is Heroes Through Time. But the real heroes are the awesome designers who created these giant-sized LEGO models. Well, my friend Chad's gonna tell us how this idea came to be. Hey Chad, what do you do for the LEGO company and how did you come up with this awesome idea?
Hi Scott, I work as a designer and I work on a lot of concept development for the brand retail stores and in-store. So we actually came up with this idea because of some of the mall architecture. It really has a feeling of like a large hall that you'd see in classic architecture. We wanted to pull some sculptural elements that has that very classic feel. When you look at things like the saber-tooth tiger and the minotaur, all these things are very similar to classic architectural sculpture, and we wanted to have some whimsy and fun with minifigures as well.
There's a few different models here and you kind of span through time. How did you pick which heroes to represent?
Yeah, that was really hard. We kind of had a lot of process of elimination. We wanted to capture a timeline of about 1,000 years, so we wanted to go back to prehistoric times. We wanted to capture whether Greek or Roman and then medieval times. There are some areas of history where we actually, like explorers, had trouble finding, maybe big heroes with swords and knives, but we thought it was such an age of exploration, we wanted to sort of recognize that component of history. And we also wanted to make it all the way to the future, too, so we had to escalate the timeline towards the end where we go to present day, and then so we could do the giant robot, which is the future. So we wanted to be able to have a wide span of time that we would pull from.
When you get the idea that's in your head, how do you make that a reality?
For the concept development, I do a lot of work in 3D programs, and I'll do like rough modeling. We'll get the architect to give us a rough model of the store, and then we'll start to lay in some of the model content and figure out how it might interact with the architecture, how it would look best, what angles the architecture will afford, good viewing angles for the models. In the past, the store was a lot of different model content, but very small, and we wanted to clean up the space a bit. So instead of making lots of small models, we decided to make large, very focused models to clean up the rest of the space, but still have the impact that we wanted to have.
From what you've got and you design in your computer, how does it become a reality?
The model designers are the next phase in that process.
Well, that's awesome. And Chad, I gotta say, this is like one of the coolest things we've ever seen. So thanks for talking to us and telling us a little bit about how this kind of came to be. These giant LEGO models are pretty impressive, but did you ever wonder what goes into making creations this big? Well, I had a chance to go to the Czech Republic to the LEGO Master Builder shop to get the inside scoop. Check it out. Welcome to Prague. This beautiful city in Central Europe is the capital of the Czech Republic, and the country's biggest city too. It's been around for more than 1,000 years, and with more than 1 million people living here, it's still going strong. Prague has been called the mother of cities, the golden city, and the city of 100 spires, and it's not hard to see why. And this is Prague Castle. Built in the 9th century and the record holder for the biggest ancient castle in the world, it's been home to kings, presidents, and even Holy Roman emperors. There's even the world-famous astronomical clock, which was built in 1410. That means that it is 600 years old. Can you imagine what all these amazing architects could have built with Lego bricks if they had the chance?
Well, we couldn't stay in Prague too long because we had to get to our real destination, the LEGO model building plant in Kladno, a city 25 kilometers away from Prague.
The LEGO Group's Kladno plant has only been open for a few years, but it's already become an important part of the company. And the people who work here have one of the most fun jobs in the world, building LEGO sculptures.
So let's head inside for an exclusive behind the bricks look at how the model building process works.
Hello, my name is Mikuláš. I am designer here in Kladno, and today I'm going to show you the stuff we are doing here, and particularly today I will show you the big dragon model.
Look at the size of it. Let's find out how the Kladno model builders designed and assembled this gigantic Lego dragon. First, the basic shape is pushed, pulled, and tweaked on the computer until it looks just right. Then the designers use a program called Lego Brick Builder to convert the 3D computer model into a pattern they can build with Lego bricks.
So it was designed as kind of job, and the next step is the technician's job to make the model stiff and strong. And so we will go and see it, how they do.
Giant models made with Lego bricks are heavy, really heavy. In order to make this one strong enough to stand up, the technicians have to create a metal skeleton inside to support all that weight. The individual sections of the giant Lego sculpture are assembled brick by brick from the computer's instructions, with the metal support frame built right into each segment, along with any moving internal mechanisms like the dragon's opening and closing jaws. And then, here in the model shop's technical area, it's finally time to put everything together and see this giant Lego sculpture come to life.
Wow!
Welcome back to the Lego Club Show!
I love it. I love being surrounded by Lego every day. It's great. It's something I'm really, truly passionate about, and so it's a real privilege that I get to do it every day. Hi, I'm Gary McIntyre. This is my day in the life. Authorized model citizens only. So you can come in. So welcome to the model shop. This is where I work. This is where my desk is. This is my office of sorts. It's full of bricks. And let me show you around a little bit. This is my desk. Morning, Nick. These are some projects I've been working on. These up here are things that I've worked on in the past. These are the halls of brick that we have. The Lego is literally taller than I am, which is pretty cool. We got all kinds of pieces in here, and we organize them by color. So here's a section of gray and black and light gray. We have other bins, like these here, that are just full of colored bricks. So each row is a different color, so it's organized in a grid, so I can find exactly what piece I'm looking for when I need it. So we keep all the prototypes for all the models that we build. And prototype is the original version before we build the final version. You can see we keep them all on these shelves up here. So here in the model shop, we've also got this nice big window, and people that are visiting the park can look in and see what we're working on. Well, most of my days start off where I do park check, which is where I ride around the park and I check out the models. So first thing we need to make sure is that everything is safe for all of our guests. If anything's broken, we want to take care of it. I'm looking for if a finger's broken off of something, or if there's a model that's missing in pieces. And if it's a small repair, all I do is just take a note of it, and I'll come back the next day with the parts to fix it. And I've already heard that there is something wrong at the Dragon Coaster, so I'm gonna go check that out. Hey Nick, I hear there's something broken inside. Okay, cool. This is Nick Dunn. He's one of our model repair technicians here. Let's check it out. It's probably, oh, there it is. Looks like his finger is totally gone. Like this. So we're gonna pull this finger off so we can copy it. And then we'll have a second finger for this one so we can replace both of them. So he'll be here without missing, well, he'll be missing 2 fingers for today. But tomorrow, we'll have all the fingers back on. Welcome to fabulous Miniland, Las Vegas. This is where I first started working. Well, not in Las Vegas, but working on Las Vegas. So these air conditioners up here are the first thing I ever designed. And I built the whole roof of this, actually. All the little satellite dishes and little buildings, that's all mine. So what we use when we're designing buildings and stuff like this is something called selective compression. You can see like right here on the Tropicana, where at the ground floor it's about 1/20th scale, and as you move up the buildings, the scale gets smaller and smaller. And you can see that like over in New York as well. There are 9 different cities represented in Miniland. Las Vegas, Washington, D.C., New Orleans, New England Harbors, Southern California, San Francisco, Ferndale, Daytona, and New York City. When we're doing a project this big, it takes a whole lot of people. And so I was just one member of the team that worked on this. So I got little bits and pieces of things that I did everywhere. We have to check everything around the park, including Miniland, because sometimes in Miniland, like birds and raccoons and stuff get in and they knock stuff over. So we check this out too. Here's a lady that got knocked over here. There we go. This is one of the most recent models that I built, actually. This is the William Tecumseh Sherman Monument in Central Park in New York City. So, as soon as the park opens, all these little cars are gonna start running around. There's a big computer inside that tells them when to start going. And it tells them by turning on these charge points. Now, if you look under here, these are the charge points. This is the pickup plate. And so once the car is good and charged up and it leaves the charge point, these wheels start turning. And then it follows a wire underneath the ground. You can see the wheels go back and forth. That's because there is a little radio control sensor up inside of here. So if I put it down, it knows which way to go. So here's one of our latest attractions at the park. It's the Sea Life Aquarium. Let's go check it out. So here at Sea Life Center, you can see all kinds of sea creatures, sharks and rays, and all kinds of other animals. And of course, Lego creations. One of my jobs here is actually to install the new models that go into the park. And I've done a lot of install work here in Sea Life Center. One of the biggest models I ever had to install is this giant submarine down here. One of the heaviest things I ever had to pick up built out of Lego. But a bunch of us had to carry it in before there was even glass in the windows, before there's any water in the tank, and carry it in there and then string it up on these cables. So now we're gonna go meet Bill Volbrecht up at Land of Adventure. He's got an assignment for me today. What do you got for me today?
Well, I was thinking we could actually add some Lego models to the sign. It's a little bit unadorned right now, so I think we could put some Lego jewels maybe on each side of the sign, so that's a little extra Lego touch to it.
Awesome.
Think you could handle something like that?
Not a problem.
There you go.
Thanks. Hey guys. So I'm just putting the finishing touches on my prototype here. I've been working on this jewel that Bill wants me to build. And let me tell you a little bit about the design process. First thing I did was took the concept drawing and started making some sketches off of it. Started using this brick paper here to actually lay out what the shape of it's gonna look like. And you can see that the final shape of the model fits right into that. So this is like a blueprint of what I end up doing at the end. It's not just one solid color. I had to build several different versions of this prototype. First, this one showed me the final shape that I wanted it to be. And then this one over here is what the inside of it is gonna look like. And then I had to build sections for what the outside layer of transparent pieces is gonna look like. And when I build the final model, I'm gonna make it white on the inside. And then I'll put the transparent red pieces over the outside so that it kind of shines and shimmers and like brightens it up a little bit when it's up on the sign. So I'm almost finished with this now. I just gotta put a few more rows on the bottom here and then my jewel will be complete. And we can go install it on the sign tomorrow. So I'm just cleaning up, about to head out for the day. It's been another fun day at LEGOLAND. I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me, following me around. And next time you're at LEGOLAND, stop by and see me.
Flappy. If there's one thing I know, it's the building makes me happy. Got cool interviews and music videos. Everybody's getting sized for the LEGO Club Show. Let's go. 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 LEGO Club Show. Yeah. I know a boy. His name is Zack. He loves to fit, yeah, he loves to stack. Yeah, construction is his knack. Hey, Zack, the LEGO Maniac. Builds in the window, he's off the wall. He builds them big, yeah, he builds them small. In LEGOLAND, the rock and roll. He's LEGO wild, out of control. Zack, he's a LEGO Maniac. He's a LEGO Maniac. He's a LEGO Maniac. He's a LEGO Maniac. Boy, his name is Zack. His microchips are out of whack. He built a black truck Cadillac. He's Zack, the LEGO Maniac. He sent his cosmic fleet to Mars. He's out there cruising with the stars.
up, Sideburns? What up, dog? Well, my name is Luis. I've got a black-eyed piece. Not a normal-looking head like my good friend Ted, but if you're looking for two eyes, then you're in for a surprise, cause we're a little different from the rest of the guys. See, I'm a lot like Pete. I've got 2 plastic feet and I've got 2 flabby arms, so don't be alarmed. But when it comes to my face, you'll notice something's out of place. I've got a black-eyed piece, so just take it easy. Black-eyed piece, give me some of these. Black-eyed piece, I can't bend the knees. When I walk down the street, it's hard to see my feet because I've got one eye. Now I look up to the sky, well, I'm way up here. And never do I fear, I'm not afraid of height with my supersonic sight. Noble dudes use glasses, well, I just use a monocle. Hey, look over there, son, I think I see bionicle. Black-eyed piece, give me some of these. Black-eyed piece, I can't bend the knees. Black-eyed piece, give me some of these. Black-eyed piece, stuck up in the trees. Hey, do you know Cyclops is? I got a model.
This one brick, you'll create anything. Just one brick, you can build anything. With one brick, you'll create anything. Just one brick, you can build anything.
It's time for Cool Creations.
With me, Flappy! I am full of cool creations today. Let's go! Flappy! There's a lot of great detail here. I would say that it's excellent. Looks like everyone's having a good time in there. Maybe they're just coming over for a party. Now there's real commotion in the ocean. I've never seen something like this before. I just love dragons, Scott. Sometimes I like to pretend that I'm a dragon. Blah, 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 blah. Look, I'm a dragon with my little tiny dragon arm. What do you think, Scott? Uh-oh, there's something that appears to be wrong here. I think there's something missing. Guess what it is, Scott? Just take a guess. No, Scott, that's not it at all. But, well, Scott, I'm not sure how quite to say this, but, it appears to be missing one thing, Scott. Yeah, he's missing the mailbox. Sorry, Scott, had to be done.
I love building, something I'll always do. Picking through the pile of bricks now, looking for the 4x2. Cause when I'm building, building. I feel like freedom, so free. So free. Check out my cool creation. I made it just by me.
A nice job.
Yeah, I'm building just for practice. And I'm building just for fun.
So fun.
Building on top of my building. My work is never done. Yeah, I know I said the word building. And I'll say it every time.
Woo-wee.
Building on top of my building. And that's how I'm gonna end this rhyme. Hey, friend, can you give me a hand over here?
You bet. What are you looking for? 2x4?
No, 4x2. In blue.
Here. Well, here you go.
Thanks, buddy.
You got it, brother.
All right. Breaking through the pile of bricks now. And looking for a 4x2. Hey, thanks again for your help, man.
Anytime, brother. I'm gonna ride my tractor. Woo!
Welcome back to the LEGO Club Show. LEGO building isn't just for kids, not by a long shot. All over the world, grown-up builders are creating amazing models, sculptures, and even art with bricks from their own LEGO collection. And just like we have the LEGO Club, lots of them have created their own special fan groups to show off their latest creations and building tips. And when those fans get together, you've got a convention.
Welcome to Northwest Brickcon, an annual LEGO fan convention held every October in Seattle, Washington. Here at the Seattle Center, builders from all over the world are busy setting up model displays and getting ready for building competitions, presentations, discussions, and lots of other fun fan activities. Just about anything from your imagination can be built with LEGO, and Northwest Brickcon has it all. From the knights and dragons in the castle world to some of the biggest ships flying in space. They have Bionicle like you've never seen before. And even cities built in both minifig scale and micro scale. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. From a distance, these may look like ordinary insects, but let's take a closer look. These bugs were built for battle. Battle Bugs is a new fan-created building theme for the 2009 Brickcon. Founded by LEGO builders Mark Newman, Jason Ruff, and Lino Martins, it combines a love for the real insect world with high-tech mech building to create a legion of mechanical bugs all set to do battle. Now let's talk with one of the amazing builders behind Battle Bugs and find out how this awesome new building theme came to be.
We're here with Jason Ruff, one of the creators behind Battle Bugs. Jason, how did this whole idea come about?
I built a big spider. It was my second convention. I went to Brickfest, and Mark Newman brought this awesome big blue insect, and we saw each other's creations. We built them on opposite ends of the table and just went, oh, they got to fight. By the end of the convention, we convinced ourselves we're going to start a Flickr group. We're going to tell everybody it's Battle Bugs. Build a bug, it's coming to Brickcon, and that was it.
Well, the display is massive. How many people contributed to this?
Close to 30 easily. I have so many favorites here. One big contributors, Lino, who got us on Flickr, knows the people in the community, is one of the coordinators, made this amazing dung beetle, which is a brilliant concept. And the stag beetle, the drop ship with it, the rhinoceros beetle. And then you get people like Jordan here, who made this amazing stick bug. It's a small, delicate, incredible detail. And the styles just go on.
One of the most impressive creations here is your mantis that you built. Where did the inspiration come from?
It started with thinking about Mars mission would be the perfect color, and that pointy windscreen that are on so many of the sets would be the best eyes. I could put the pilots behind them and just get the shape.
And are you happy with how it came out?
I'm thrilled. The best thing about coming to these cons is when a group of kids all at once goes, whoa! That just makes my day.
And one of the most unique bugs that made it to Brickcon was built by Jordan Schwartz.
Jordan, where are you from?
Rhode Island.
Wow, so you came all the way out to Seattle just to show off some of your models?
Definitely, I love LEGO.
All right, me too. Well, you've got, a really unique style. You've got a lot of buzz about this stick bug that you made, and it's kind of almost like you're building outside the box. You look at pieces differently. Where do you get your ideas from?
Well, I'm as much a parts collector as I am a builder, so I always have a lot of really interesting and different parts that not a lot of people use lying around. So I always try to look at those and see, what can I do with that? That kind of looks like this, or that kind of looks like that, and I put it to use.
you know, these models that you brought are awesome. Can you tell us about some of the techniques you used in these models?
Sure. For the stick bug, I use Technic connectors, half pins, and lever bases, and those are strung up with fiber optic cables, which is very delicate, but it creates a really organic look. Also, for the legs, I use hoses, and at the end of the hoses, minifigure hands are attached, and the other sections of the legs are attached to the minifigure hands. So it's a very delicate look, but it looks organic and it looks real.
Yeah, well, your stuff's awesome. So thanks for stopping by, and thanks for talking with us. We hope to see you again next year.
You've heard of Lego City, and now here's Micro City. Every block of this city is made up of 4 separate modules, each one built by a different Lego builder. When you put them all together, you've got one gigantic pint-sized metropolis. But no matter what size your city is, you still need to get around. And the car display at Northwest Brickcon had no shortage of transportation options. No matter what your taste in cars, these guys could build it. And one of the main contributing builders behind the cars display was Lino Martins.
Now, Lino, you build a lot of vehicles. Can you tell us a little bit about your favorites?
Sure. Let's see. I've got that odd Pinto there that has the reverse flame job. I like my kind of evil clown ice cream truck. And the 66 Batmobile, an old classic, of course.
Now, you also won an award for your model Hidden Treasure. Why don't you tell us about that one?
Sure. This is Hidden Treasure. It's a 49 Buick Fastback, and the idea was that I can produce a stunning work of art, and it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, you know, classically beautiful. It doesn't have to have a great paint job, flames, anything like that. I can make it modeled. I can make it forested with a tree growing out of it, and, you know, still have it be a viable piece of art.
And what are some of the details that you put into that model to kind of make it stand out from the rest?
Well, it has kind of a rusted out seat that's just infested with rats and spiders. It has, you know, the tree growing out the hood. A lot of people are pretty thrilled about the droid arms as the grill. And there's 3 or 4 frogs around it that are just kind of guarding it.
Well, we absolutely love it, and we can't wait to see what you bring next year. Thanks, Lino. Welcome to the LEGO Regional ProAm Invitational Mini Golf Tournament here at beautiful LEGO Pines. It's a beautiful day for golf.
It sure is, Scott. Helps that we're indoors. And just look at this 9-hole course creation. From the mighty mech hazards to the boy and his dogleg on the 3rd, and the challenging par 4 Flappy. It's a real test of skill.
Let's get right to the action on the first hole, the Pit of Doom. Have to line up this shot carefully.
Let's see. Yes, and he sinks it. That's a birdie.
No, Roger, that is a golf ball.
Now here's a challenging one, Scott. You have to make it past the defender mech and then across the bridge.
Let's see if he can. Oh, no problemo. Our golfer friend is on it today.
Over to the 5th we go, Creator Craziness. It's got a motorized windmill. Your timing has to be just right on this hole, Scott.
Back on the 7th, shooting for par. The ball has to go right into Flappy's mouth. Here's hoping he doesn't spit it back out. That was pretty good, Roger.
Thanks, Scott. Flappy's one of my favorites.
LEGO fans can design their own mini golf courses too, using ramps, walls, and whatever they like. Just watch out for sand traps. They can be hard to sweep up when you're done.
I've heard that too, Scott.
Well, be sure to come back next episode for another edition of Oh Snap!
guys, we're here at Junction Skate Park, where we're gonna find out what Lego building and skateboarding have in common. Let's head on in. Hey Dan, what's going on?
Hey, how's it going, Scott?
Good to see you. What are you up to?
I just finished building this ramp.
Rad, I love building. Can I give you a hand?
Yeah, I'm just gonna clean up. You wanna bring the 2x4s over there?
Yeah, sure. Well, Dan, this place is awesome. Did you find that growing up playing with Lego bricks helped your creativity at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you're a kid, you get a pile of Legos and you try and make something happen, something that you've kind of visually seen, and you try and recreate it. It's the same way with skateboard ramps. Over the years, you see different things you want to skate, or you see something in a video that you want to recreate, and you just try and put it together with the materials you have.
Rad, rad. Do you still play with Lego bricks?
Yeah, I have 2 sons, and we play with Legos almost every day.
Awesome. So, now that we're here, we've got all the ramps, we've got our boards. Let me ask you one question.
Sure.
How many bricks do you think you can ollie?
Cool, let's find out.
All right, let's go. Well, I'm done. Let's see what Dan and the rest of the guys can do. How many do you think it is? 93. Wow. Boing! All right, I was out 12 bricks or something. I was out in the first round. Dan made it 5 times as many, 69 bricks. But Jay, 93 bricks. It's gotta be a new world record or something. Congrats, Jay. Hey guys, we're taking a break from building today, and me and my friend Chris are going boarding. Lego! So Chris, I'm looking at the lift towers, and I'm looking at the trees and everything, and even though we're not building, I'm still thinking about Lego, and I'm wondering how many bricks tall a tree is, or how many bricks would it take to actually build a lift tower? Is there a brick ruler or a ruler that we could use to find out? What about these chairs? How many bricks off of the ground are they? There we go. Hey Chris, how many bricks high do you think you can get off of that jump over there?
My guess would be about 32.
All right, let's go.
All right.
Hey Chris, how many bricks do you think that is?
How about the snow gun?
What about that tree? That was awesome.
That was awesome.
So let's go find some more stuff we can build out of brick.
All right. Hey, Scott.
Yeah?
How many bricks do you think this light pole is?
I don't know. Hey, Chris, how many bricks do you think that is?
What about that?
Well, and that. Well, that was a blast. But all that talk about how many bricks this and how many bricks that makes me want to start building again. I'm heading back.
Welcome back to the LEGO Club Show.
What's up, LEGO Club members? I'm Scott, and this is Illinois. In this episode of the LEGO Club Show, we're going to the LEGOLAND Discovery Center that's full of LEGO fun and learning, and we're also going to go to one of the biggest fan conventions, Brickworld. So come on, let's check it out.
Brickworld is a fan convention held every year right outside of Chicago, Illinois. LEGO fans of all ages come from far and wide to meet with other builders and show off their brick building skills. And here at Brickworld, there's no shortage of creativity. You can find most anything your imagination can come up with, from a fleet of spaceships to mosaics and art. You'll find it all right here. One thing that caught our eye this year was some of the enormous landscapes that were full of action and hidden fun around every corner. Look close, because you never know what you're gonna find hidden in these displays. A really interesting one is this futuristic scrapyard. I mean, this thing has it all. And they even added some moving parts and lights to add to the detail. I guess you could say this model is out of this world.
At a place like Brickworld, there can be some fierce debate over who's the best builder on the block. So these 30 fans are given 60 minutes to come up with the coolest LEGO model using all of the same pieces from 3 different LEGO sets.
Well, we saw some pretty awesome models and met some really cool people this year at Brickworld. And next year promises to be even more exciting as they celebrate their 5th year. So make sure to keep your eyes peeled for the totally rad creations in store for next time.
Chicago's LEGOLAND Discovery Center is totally bricktastic. Inside, they've got huge LEGO models, master builders, rides and villages, and even entire cities made completely out of LEGO bricks. Let's check it out.
And just how many bricks does it take to build Chicago? Well, 1.5 million were used to build this city's mini-land. From towering skyscrapers to busy city streets, this awesome display highlights all of the fun of the real city. But the best part is when the lights go out. Fans flock to see LEGO Chicago light up at night through some really awesome special effects. The next stop in our adventure is the Jungle Expedition. You can hang out with monkeys and hippos, or you can follow our fearless explorers deep into the spider caves. But the fun doesn't stop there. The LEGO Discovery Center offers tons of interactive activities for kids of all ages. You can learn how the LEGO brick is made in the LEGO factory. Or if you're itching to do some building yourself, jump on in to the LEGO Discovery Center workshops to learn and experiment with different building tips and techniques. There's also a fun zone where you can jump on a ride, play some games, climb, and even build your very own racer. So the next time you're in the Chicago area, be sure to come on by to see all of the great things the LEGO Discovery Center has to offer. Shortcourse racing is a type of off-road truck racing where a group of drivers compete on a track filled with jumps, berms, and of course, dirt. Well, we had a chance to check out this Roostin' Rally action after Brickworld in Chicago, and as soon as we returned back to the LEGO headquarters, I knew my mission was clear. Build a Shortcourse truck out of LEGO bricks. I knew I would need the help of my friends at the model shop to build this LEGO monster piece, so I started to take some photos of all the trucks from different angles. After shooting some of the pictures from the front, the back, the side, and even underneath, I sent them to our friend Pete, a LEGO master model builder who would get started turning my inspiration into creation.
Hey Pete, how's it going?
Oh, not too bad. How you doing, Scott?
Great, great. Wow, you did an awesome job on these. How did you even get started?
Well, I started with the photography you sent me, which was really great. The first thing I did was try to draw inspiration from what I saw in the photography. I just looked at it from different angles and tried to turn out what was different between this truck and a standard truck. And as you can see, right off the bat, it's wider, it sits lower to the ground. The tail bed is a different function than a standard truck where you normally would load things into it. This is where the engine is housed. So it's really used to cool the engine as it's driving.
When I saw the truck and I was taking those pictures, you know, there was a piece that stuck out to me that was like, oh yeah, this is definitely LEGO. I want to build this.
If you look at the photography, there's a nice angled piece in the back, and instantly it just jumped out at me that that was a great chance to utilize the LEGO slope brick, as you can see right here.
Right, I was thinking the same exact thing when I saw that. You know, it's cool how sometimes like you see something in real life, you know, and you can pick out a piece of that that just looks like a LEGO element, you know, and it just gets you psyched to start building.
Oh, definitely, and I think that, at least in my experience designing with LEGO, that's always the jump off point for me, as I look at something and I can design a whole model sometimes just around one piece and be, oh, that's a great eye, or that'll be a great engine, or in this opportunity, there's 3 different ways to explore the same shape of the engine and use different pieces to try to recreate it, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, what are some of the challenges? You know, you've got the 3 different scales. You know, how do you go about building each model, you know, in that scale?
So the different scales give you the opportunity to do different things. So if you look at the smallest scale, it's really simplified and there's a minimal amount of elements and you're really just getting the shape of the slope of the back. But as you go up, you can start to add details, so the fans are now apparent, and you can see some of the other details that are able to be added at this scale. When you get up to the final scale, you can add all the detail, including some of the functions that the car has in terms of having shocks and adding things of that nature.
Pete, do you have any advice for the kids on how they can take something from inspiration to creation?
Oh, definitely. I would say start out by gathering as much reference or photography, or if you can actually see the object in real life, that's always a good place to start. And then again, just pulling from the different shapes of what you're trying to recreate. So if you see a nice sloped area and you see the opportunity to use a LEGO brick that matches that, go for it.
Yeah, so sometimes it's almost like saying, you know, you find that element just like this, you know, there's your slope brick, and you have to go build and rebuild maybe till you get it perfect, you know, and then once you get it perfect, you can build it in this scale, you can build it in this scale, and you can build it in this scale.
Yeah, that's very true.
So I'm going to take these back to my house and I'm going to display them on my shelf. Thanks for building them.